All right, so this is an oxygen sensor harness. What happened here was the previous mechanic could not take out the plug from where it was plugged in at. So what he resolved to do was cut it and use these things to unite the connections. And as you can see here, I'm going to take out one of them just so you can see how it looks like. And all what this connection is just this. So basically you just put it in there and screw it in and that's it. I think this is one of the most weirdest connections I'd ever seen in my life. First time I ever encountered one of these on an oxygen sensor. But what I'll be doing today is I'll be taking all these things off and I will be soldering them on and using heat shrink and then wrapping them up with tape. And then that's it. That's all I'm going to be doing with it. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how not to do it. This is not an appropriate way. As you can see here, everything looks pretty sad. You just basically go in there and tighten everything up. And yeah, the guy had it wrapped up like 3 winds back and forth. So it was a long tape run for me to get all the way to this part. So in other words, the guy taped it like 3 times in a row back and forth. And it was really covered up. And that's where I saw all this stuff after I took everything off. So I'll come back to the soldering point and the next point of the video. I'm going to get ready just to do one wire at a time so you guys can see in depth. All right, I got my soldering wire. Solder. The type I'm using is 6040 tin lead, rosin core, 2% flux. I got my shrink wrap. Just forgot the name from it, but yeah, I got this here. I'm gonna slide it on. Yeah. Hope my camera doesn't fall. Go to the top. Put this guy in. All right, that's ready. Now I'm just gonna open this wiring back up. I want to have all the hairs all sticking out like that. I'm gonna put these two together, mesh them in as close as I can, and wrap them up. Alright, everything is there. Now, I'll take this out. I turn on 2 of my boys here. I think I'm going to go with this guy first. Need to connect it. There we go. Turn it on. Should be already calibrated at around 650. It's already at 650. I'm going to wait for it to heat up. So while that guy heats up, I'm going to turn this guy on also. Yeah, it only works. Just gonna put it on there right now. Not in a rush. Alright, so that's almost at 650, so I'm gonna start putting my phone right here. I'm putting on a magnifying glass. So you guys can get a close up right there. I'm gonna grab my solder. Everything's tight, nice and neat. this pen out. Sorry guys, everything's going south on me. Even though I did connect my pen on there, it didn't hold. I'm gonna see if it's still hot. Yes, it is. All right. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put some on the soldering tip. I'll put it on there. Wait for that to heat up. In any moment now, you should be able to just, there we go, perfect. All right, should be good enough. I'll put my soldering pen back in its place. I'll wait for that to cool down a bit. Yeah, it's still hot. Now I'm gonna turn on my this guy. Yep, just about good. Let's slide this over. Looks pretty centered. Solder joint is right here, so I got more than enough on each side of slack. I'm just gonna heat it up, and it should just shrink. This I'm gonna make a close-up on it. There we go. There we go. It's gonna go evenly on both sides. Make sure it. There we go. So I'm going to be doing the same for all other 3 wires, and then I'm going to wrap it up with tape. Everything's looking nice, perfect, all right. So that's the way I'm going to fix this sensor up, and that should be it. But yeah, this is the basics of what I got here. This is basically the job that was done for the client. For my client, the guy just put all these cables up together, and see, it's just the tip of the hairs are just touching it there. I don't like these connections. But yeah, the way I was taught in school is solder on, and if they're cam sensor or crank sensor 2 wires, they go twisted from left to right all the way across, or else it won't work right. So yeah. That's the basics of it. Just wanted to show you guys what I encountered this week, and hope it helped you guys out. And just in case, temperatures on my solder pencil was 650, and over here, I don't know why my phone likes zooming out so much, but I put my hand in front of it. Alright, maybe, alright. And this was at 350. But I don't think it needs to be too high. This should just shrink. As long as the heat temperature exceeds the shrinking ability of this guy, it'll start shrinking immediately once the heat passes over it. But yeah, this is number 1. I'll be doing all 4 today. So I hope this helped out. You guys have a great day.